Alright, this is Cameron and Cody from The Fans Review. We're starting this channel. We both love movies, so we're going to try to review some movies for you. And we'll do some other things, like we want to do some, I'm really big into awards, we'll do some award stuff.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna, besides, we don't want to just do reviews because there are a lot of people who just do reviews. We want to do reviews and add extra content with those reviews. We're trying to post at least 2 or 3 videos a week.
We'll try to get stuff out as soon as we can.
As soon as we can, yeah. It's
we're not professionals, so we don't get to go to special screenings like the critics do.
Yeah.
So we kind of have to make our own time to see these movies.
Yeah. We both have really weird work schedules.
We try to see them as quick as we can. We'll try to get stuff out to you as quick as we can.
Yes, we wouldn't do this if we didn't have the time, and we make time, and we're gonna make time for you guys and make sure that we are getting the best videos out to you. And having fun in the process, obviously. That's also very important. But for this introductory video, we just want to thank you for watching this first video, obviously. There will be more to come. The first thing we wanted to do is talk about our favorite films of all time. I feel like we felt that doing that would give you a good insight on what we look forward to in movies and why we keep watching them and why we won't stop watching them. So Cameron, do you want to talk about? We're going to do our top 5 each.
Yeah.
Just do.
This is not an.
Oh, this is not official.
Yeah.
If you made me rank these, this video would take forever.
And if you ask me about my 5 favorite word tomorrow, they're probably.
It could change. It could change. These are just at this very moment. These are my top 5 favorite films of all time.
So I tried to pick 5 that are very different. I almost did the if you could only watch 5 movies for the rest of your life, which 5 would you watch? And these were the 5 I came up with. So they're very different, and but I love them all equally.
Yeah. Okay.
So my first one is American Beauty, which came out in 1999, directed by Sam Mendes, starring Kevin Spacey and Annette Bening, and Mina Suvari, and Chris Cooper, and Allison Janney, and Wes Bentley. It has this really amazing ensemble
It's funny,
cast.
when I first saw that movie, I didn't know maybe anybody that was in it, and now I'm just like, oh yeah, all these people.
Yeah, Thora Birch. And it's about a man named Lester Burnham who he's like mid to late 40s, and he is kind of going through a midlife crisis. And he starts this infatuation with his teenage daughter's best friend, and it just sets into a series of events that are surprising and bitingly funny, while the movie remains
very serious,
serious and dramatic. And the first time I saw it, I loved it, and then every sequential time I've seen it again, I've loved it more and more, and every time I watch it, I get something new out of it, to the point where, I think it took till like the 5th time I saw this movie for me to cry, and I sobbed at the end.
Yeah.
I don't know, every time I see it, the finale is just brilliantly amazing, and I get this raw emotion from it.
Yeah.
And
no, I totally.
It's
just
this brilliant screenplay. The direction's amazing, and definitely see it. It's unlike anything I've ever seen, and
it's on a lot of streaming stuff. It usually bounces around quite often.
Best Picture winner that year, and it's an amazing movie. So if you haven't seen it, definitely seek it out.
Well, you started off with your Best Picture winner on the list. I'm going to go with mine. I can almost guarantee you I would not be sitting where I am right now if it wasn't for this film. Ridley Scott's Gladiator. Dear God, I love this movie so much.
I do too, for the record.
Oh my, every time I watch it, every second of this movie, I'm there. I've never seen a Swords and Sandals movie that has pulled me in so much and made me believe that I was sitting in this Coliseum watching these fights. And Russell Crowe, my gosh, he every time I watch it too, I'm like, wow, he actually doesn't talk. He doesn't have a super lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
But it's just every
It's
time he
very,
looks,
yeah.
every stare, every just mannerism he has, I'm like, oh man, this man has a mission to just get revenge and just take out everybody in his way. And again, it's one of the
cinematically sweeping.
Oh yeah, it's that score. Just listening to the music. If Cameron would put on the music right now, I would probably cry.
The score, the cinematography.
I love it
is
so
all
much.
amazing, yeah.
Now the next one. This is the only one we both have on here,
and it's kind of a one that you probably don't see on a lot of favorite. I don't know.
But everybody talks so highly of it. But I don't know if anybody ever loves it this much. But Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I love this movie so much.
I didn't even know where to start with this. It's like the first time I saw it, I was just like, wow, this is really, really funny. And then every time I watched it afterwards, I was just like, wow, Cameron's just a really interesting character. And then just like, wow, Ferris is a really interesting character. And wow, they have a really interesting relationship. I pick up on something every time I watch it. And it works just so well.
It's so funny. This is a movie, I won't necessarily say I grew up with this movie, but I did see it at a
younger age.
Yeah,
I probably saw it.
I saw it when I was starting to get into movies, really, and it just really stuck with me. I quote this movie nonstop. This was my yearbook quote was for this.
It was, yeah. And one thing I love the surprised about it. After going in high school, I would think to myself, man, if I knew somebody like this, like Ferris in real life, I would probably hate them. But you would think, but watching this movie, you're just like, oh my gosh, I want to be best friends with this kid. I want to go on adventures with this kid. I want to be this kid.
Yeah.
And it's just
Matthew Broderick's never been better. He's so charming, and he has such a great charisma.
Yeah, and it's just, and he's so charming. Exactly. I don't think there are many.
And Alan Ruck's so amazing as Cameron Fry, who he really goes through this kind of emotional arc over the course of the movie, and he really learns a lot about himself. And there's more to this movie than initially meets the eye. I'm sure most of you have seen this one.
Yeah, this is probably out of.
I'm sure you've seen
a couple
all
other ones. Yeah,
these are all very well known.
Yeah. Go ahead and go with it.
Okay, my next favorite is The Lion King. It's definitely my all-time favorite animated movie. I think it's the greatest animated movie ever made. This is one definitely I grew up with. I mean, this came out in 1994, the year after I was born. The year before he was born.
Yeah, before I was in existence.
Just the Elton John music and the Hans Zimmer score, and the story is so it's epic. Funny, but it's epically dramatic, and I love this movie so much, and I will never get sick of watching it, and I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's The Lion King. It speaks for itself. It's so legendary.
I'll go my next. This is another one. This is right up there with Gladiator. I don't know if I would be here without this film, but Jaws. Dear Lord, I love this movie. And again, it's one of those where every time I watch it, I'm like, wow, I can't believe, this movie, if you read into this movie, the production and everything that went wrong with this shark, this movie could have been absolute crap. And Steven Spielberg took these three amazing actors at the time, put them on a freaking boat.
What do you mean at the time?
I mean, they're still amazing. Yeah, good point. But just put them on a freaking boat, said, do what you gotta do, ignore this shark, and just go with it. And even though this shark is terrifying, he uses it as minimally as humanly possible, and that is
I've seen this movie
making
so
him an
many
amazing
times.
director.
I've seen this movie so many times, and it's still thrilling.
Every time. Oh my gosh, I get goosebumps when Quint talks about the USS Indianapolis. I just get goosebumps thinking about it. I'm sweating thinking about that, and it's just it will always and forever. Steven Spielberg, you're the greatest. I love you. All right, this one.
This is probably the
almost on. I almost put
I
this
had
down.
to put this movie just because I can't think of a movie that had a bit a larger impact on my life. Because I can't imagine growing up without this movie.
You're probably I was very close. If I honestly right now this is probably number 6.
And
it's right there.
It's Star Wars. Come on, how? Like no, I mean, and the original is my favorite. I really could have put any of them, but I mean, just this franchise, I just can't imagine growing up without this. Like,
well,
we had so many
for
action
Christmas.
figures.
Oh my gosh, our basement is
covered with Star Wars stuff. And I mean, everywhere. I still love it. Like, I was so excited for The Last Jedi that I literally shed a tear when the title card came up on the screen. And I just love these movies so much, and it's just this grand adventure, and it's funny, and the characters are amazing, and I mean, really, it's like the franchise as a whole, but I just put the first one because we're picking 5 individual movies.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's Star Wars. It speaks for itself. No. I don't need to tell you about Star Wars.
Yeah. So my next one, I'm actually gonna skip that one because I feel like these two kind of go hand in hand. But my next one, as soon as growing up, I saw it when I was maybe like 15, and when I started watching films, this is just the one film I kept hearing about. Everyone was like, "You gotta watch this. You gotta watch this." I watched videos, and people were like, "Oh, this is a masterpiece." I'm like, "Okay, I'll get to it. Sooner or later, I'll get to it." And as soon as I saw The Usual Suspects, oh my gosh, I love this movie. This movie captures the thriller mystery genre perfectly, and it's everything I look for. Ever since I've seen this, no movie can match that mystery, noir style thriller. And this, oh my gosh, I can't talk about this movie enough. It's so funny because everyone talks about like the twist, but it's more than just the twist. The twist adds to it, but it's just so smart, so intelligent, has one of my favorite casts of all time. Everybody in this movie is incredible. Dude, Stephen Baldwin, get into serious acting again, because you were awesome in this movie, and you have it in you. That was a personal message to Stephen Baldwin. Anyway, I love this movie. It's the best.
My last movie is a movie I'm sure many of you have seen, but don't necessarily think is very great. Or even good, for that matter.
Which is a shame, because it's awesome.
But, yeah. And it's Twister. This is a movie I grew up with. Like, I've loved it since as long as I can remember.
On VHS way back in the Disney.
Yes. I used to watch it, like, almost every day.
Yeah.
Almost every day. And at night, even though it would scare the crap out of me because I would always have to look at the window and make sure there wasn't a tornado.
Yeah, because if there was a tornado at night, you can't see it coming.
Yeah.
I remember that's why we wouldn't watch it. We wouldn't watch it at night most of the time.
But no matter when I watched it, I would always have to look outside and be like, "Is there a tornado?"
Yeah.
I can't really explain my love for this movie. It's just there, and I've seen it so many times, and I could probably quote it the whole thing.
We probably could. Yeah.
And it's one of those movies where, and I hate watching movies on TV, but it's one of those movies where if I see it on TV, I have to watch it.
Yeah.
And Bill Paxton and Helen Hunt are so great. And
everybody's so good.
I know, the whole thing, yeah.
So
Philip Seymour Hoffman and
Carrie Ellis,
Lois Smith and Carrie Ellis and Alan Ruck. It was this really amazing supporting cast. And I just love this movie.
It's so good. I hear the music for the movie, and I immediately just want to hop in my car and just start driving across the country. Listening to this awesome soundtrack and just
I don't know what started first, my fascination with tornadoes or this movie.
One of them definitely triggered the other, but I don't know which one.
My fascination with tornadoes, but yeah.
Tune in for next week.
It's hard for me to talk about these movies just in a short period of time because there's so much to love, and it's just this movie's so underrated, and I
Yeah.
wish everyone had the same.
I know
that
this
I
is
do.
definitely out of both of our lists here.
No, but a lot of people love your movie.
Yeah, that's true. It's just not as I think not as universally loved as some of the other ones. But my last one, this is the first movie I can remember seeing that I like. I remember going next door to my aunt's, watching this movie on TV, not on DVD, not on VHS, on TV, and then complaining about it to her because the way they edited it and the way they took out all the violence and stuff annoyed the crap out of me. But it's Predator. Dear Lord, do I love this. I could quote this entire movie. This is the movie that set off, I love Arnold Schwarzenegger. Every movie he's in, I just have to, he elevates everything he's in. And he's just so charismatic and good, and just, if you know, we've seen a couple of movies of his now where he really just, he can bring it. He's a very good actor. And just in this whole movie, this whole cast, just Jesse Ventura, Carl Weathers, everybody in this is so good. and it's, oh man, I just love the turn. It's just like, oh, war movie, bam, sci-fi horror thriller, and it just turns on the dime, but it's not jarring at all. It's so good. I love this movie. I could watch this any day of the week. It's awesome. I love it. So that's our
maybe
top 10.
Yeah, maybe this will give you a taste for what we like. Although I don't know that this necessarily is like a barometer of our taste. This is kind of just, at least for me, these are like movies I grew up with, so I have a very strong connection with these movies.
Yeah, because I don't, honestly, The Usual Suspects I saw at like 15. Every other movie I can guarantee I've seen before the age of 15. So it's like,
American Beauty.
they all have, all of these films I have a strong personal connection with.
Yeah.
And there are a lot more movies I could love. We talk about from just this last decade, from the decade before.
Well, like
old
most
school.
of mine are from the 90s.
90s is hardcore. I freaking love the 90s.
Yeah, these are movies that just really shaped my view as a film lover.
Yeah. And I hope that you can tell we're very passionate about this. We wouldn't be doing this if we didn't want to. And we want to help people save money. We want to get people in the theaters if they really want to see it. We just want to help you guys out. And
well, we get to talk about it.
Well, we get to talk about it. We get something out of it. Hopefully you guys get something out of it. Nothing bums me out more than when I would go to the movies and it'd just be absolute crap. And I would waste a lot of money. And I'd be really mad at myself. So hopefully we can help you guys out and you can have fun while we have fun.
Yeah, let us know what your favorite movies are in the comments. We'd love to see what you guys love. And hopefully
any suggestions for the channel, throw them at us. I mean, we're open for anything, but we're going to definitely experiment and try some stuff out. Hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah. Subscribe. We'll have plenty of content coming out in the future.
At least 2 or 3
which we'd love you guys to watch as well. So
here we go. 2018, the Fans Review.
Thank you.